Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. Another week of not much farm news. I'm really sorry, uh, partly because I haven't been out in the farm too much. I've been here in the workshop, but also because I'm recording much earlier this week because we're going to the Grand Prix for the next few days. So for the 4 days of the event. So I'm recording much earlier than I normally would. So there's been a lot less activity. It's also been raining here the past few days, like good rain, filling the tanks and watering the plants and filling up the animals' baths, things that are really useful, but also it means that there hasn't been a lot of time outside. There was on the weekend, so I did some weeding around here in the shed garden, although now with the rain, they're all growing back again. So that will be a job for the next fine day that I'm here. Adam pruned the trees around the house, and he also went and looked at the bees, and I think he has now closed down the hive for winter, or he tried to. They were being very aggressive, he said, and so he had to wait until the evening to go back and close it down properly because they were just stinging and being protective of the queen, as they should. I was watching him from afar, and one of the cows got quite close, and then he clearly got stung because he was kicking and running, and so yeah, I think that the bees were very unhappy that they were being disturbed. Another busy week here dyeing yarn. I've still been dyeing DK this week. I think with the cooler weather coming, it's going to be the right thing to have stocked up for She's Crafty, which is on the 15th of April. I'm really looking forward to it. So I have just, I think, dyed the last of my DK batches, and then next week I will start on preparation of all of the sock yarn colors that I need to get dyed up. So I'll show you what is dyed and dried, and I'm also reskeined and labeled. I have been keeping up with my promise to myself to do that, and it has made things so much easier. I don't have piles of dry yarn that I then have to deal with. Everything is getting done in little batches and is ready to go and is finished, which feels really good. And it also means that I'm not repeating doing the same thing for a long period of time. So I do some dyeing, and then while the one batch is drying, the next batch is ready to be tagged and labeled. And it just has been a really nice flow of tasks. So here is what is dry. I've got some rust, some denim, forest, and all of these look really great knitted up in like jumpers, clothing kind of things. You get the sections of the light grey, and then you get the little pops of colour just appearing. So what I decided to do was to create a new colourway along the same lines as this, which is this one, which I'm calling berries. And as I was dyeing this, I had initially tried to get a darker red, and I'm happy with this, but that made me think about maybe I should try dyeing a solid color and a solid red. So that's what I did, which is totally not within my wheelhouse, not what I'm known for. I've mostly only dye variegated yarn, so to get a solid color was a little bit of a challenge for me, which I really enjoyed doing. So here is my red. It's coming out a bit darker, a bit deeper on the screen, but it's definitely a red. It's not a pink. Um, yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I've now been playing around with doing some other more solid colors. That's what I've been working on this week. So I have done a grey, which I'm calling smoke. Well, I'm calling rose hip, by the way. And I've also got a green, which I'm calling sea green, and a yellow that I'm calling mustard. And I'm super happy with all of them. The mustard, ages ago, I dyed a mustardy yellow color for my sister, and I hadn't been able to repeat it. And So I just tried again, and look, it's not 100% the same as what I had done previously, but I'm really happy with how this one has turned out. And interestingly, all 4 of the colors start out exactly the same way, and then I take them in the direction of the color. And I found that that works for me in terms of getting a sort of a softer, solid color that sort of still fits in with my aesthetic and my other colorways. So if you want to see these on sock yarn, let me know. Because I'm not sure that I'm going to get time to get them done before she's crafty. But if there seems to be some interest and some demand, I will try and get some skeins done up for then. Otherwise, I'll have them for markets later in the year. But I want to get my my country and Wonka colors back up, and I've got a few other colors that I know are sold out that I need to restock. So if I do have time, the solids will be on the dye list as well as berry and the other ones of these, because I think they're really great for 4-ply cardigans and clothing as well. The other thing that I did was a skein. This was mainly for my sister. She was wanting a color that was purple and blue. So I played around and came up with this that I'm calling Hydrangea. So it's some turquoise and some light blue and some different shades of purple all mixed together, back to the variegated. So I'm really happy with this as well. So I've got 3 new colors here and another 3 new colors that are drying right now. So I've had a very creative week. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to how those new colors are received when I get to markets. And they won't be on my website beforehand. I am just going to be debuting them at She's Crafty. So make sure to come and see me there if you like the look of any of those. Because it hasn't been all that long since I recorded last, and because, as you can see, I've been quite busy in the dye pots, I have not done a lot of crafting, mostly on my opal stripy socks in the confetti party colour. And that was mostly because I wanted to see how the repeat went, like how long it was and what it looked like. And it went the whole length of my foot. So this is one full repeat here. I'm halfway through the heel. So I put the contrast in. But yeah, so that pinky red is the same as the one here. And then it starts back into the blue and white section. So one length of my foot, so it'll be another 1 repeat probably for my leg, and I should have plenty of yarn to make more socks with this and only get 2 pattern repeats per sock. Oh, sorry about the sun and the light changing. That is not normal for me here in the shed, because I normally record in the morning. And I've kind of moved my chair a little bit as well. But I'm recording in the afternoon because I wanted to do a little bit more craft before I showed you what I was up to. So the sun is actually shining in through the window here. It's actually not too bad. And I don't mind where this is set up. I've kind of angled myself slightly differently to just change the background a little bit. I've put a new display cabinet on this side, which I need to fill. But it's glass, so it will reflect. So I've had to move my chair a little bit so that you can't actually see it in the shot. The other thing I've been working on is my Woolamai Pine cowl, and I am really happy with this. I'm starting to really get into the groove of it. It's not taking as much mind power to knit now that I'm getting through it. The lace and the brioche is coming a lot more easily to me, especially the decrease round of the brioche, and it's looking super good. So I am up to the second lot of Pure Imagination and just started in with the snozzberries. I've weighed all of the balls, and once I've finished using the Pure Imagination, which I think I've only got like 2 rows left to do, I'm going to weigh that again and see how much it used for a full repeat of the pattern. Then I can figure out if I've got enough to do a 3rd round with each of the colors, or if it's just going to end up being 2. I know that my Millions of Tiny Pieces ball was smaller than the rest, so I'll have to look at how much it would end up with after I've done the second repeat. Because if I can't get all of the colors done again, then there's no point starting it for the third time. But I think even just doing twice of every color will be plenty long enough once I join it up to get, because it's already enough to put over my head this way. So it'll be a nice loop once I've joined it with a second repeat of every color through. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.